This is Vinny. Vinny is a bear. Vinny has been working as a courier for 3 weeks. He just accepted an order. The app says $25 an hour. Vinny is happy. Vinny thinks he just found the perfect job. Flexible schedule, be your own boss, 25 bucks an hour. Now I'm going to take a calculator and prove to you that Vinny is actually making $9 an hour. And that is before he ends up in the hospital. Stick around. The last number on this calculator will surprise you. Welcome back to Berloga. Today we are dissecting the economics of the most overrated job of the decade, courier work. If you are working as a courier right now, or you know someone who is, or you are just thinking about starting, watch this all the way through. This video might save you 5 years of your life. Vinny saw an ad, make up to $30 an hour, work whenever you want, be your own boss. So Vinny bought a bicycle for $800, a cube bag for $100, a helmet for $50. He installed the app. In his first week, he made $200. He spent $30 on food along the way. He sat down that evening with a beer and thought, hey, this actually works. Now sit down with a calculator next to me and look at what is really happening. The app shows Vinny $25 an hour. That is the gross rate, pre-tax, pre-expense, pre-everything Vinny has not figured out yet. Subtraction number 1, vehicle wear and tear. If it is a bicycle, chain, brake pads, tires, saddle, a tune-up every 3 months at $150. That is $2 off every working hour. If it is a car, gasoline, oil, tires, brakes, the IRS calculates vehicle cost at 67 cents per mile. The average courier covers 20 miles per working hour on the road. Either way, minus $4 per hour. 25 minus 4, 21. Subtraction number 2, phone and data plan. No internet, the app does not work. No phone, the app does not work. Cracked screen, buy a new one. Battery dies after a year, buy a new one. Minus $1 per hour. 21 minus 1, 20. Subtraction number 3, and this one hurts the most. Vinny is an independent contractor, not an employee, a contractor. He has no boss, he has no employer, which means Vinny pays self-employment tax to himself, 15.3%. Do not confuse this with regular income tax. This is on top of it. This is the half that a regular employer would normally pay for you, and Vinny is now carrying it. The whole thing. 20 minus 3, 17. Subtraction number 4, health insurance. An employee at a normal job gets health insurance through the employer. A courier gets 0. If Vinny wants health insurance, he buys it himself on the marketplace. The average price for the worst plan in America is $400 a month. That is $2 off every working hour. If he works without insurance and gets into an accident, bankruptcy. One broken knee in an American hospital costs more than Vinny's entire yearly income. 17 minus 2, 15. And we are not done yet. The funniest part is still ahead. Subtraction number 5, hours the app does not pay for. Sitting in a waiting zone, driving between 2 delivery points, time spent returning food when the restaurant got the order wrong, minutes spent finding parking. On average, 1 hour on the clock equals 40 minutes of actual paid delivery and 20 minutes of invisible downtime. That is 1/3 of every hour gone. 15 minus 5, 10. Subtraction number 6, wear and tear on your body. Back, knees, wrists, shoulders. This one is not in the textbook, but it is in real life. After 5 years of courier work, you are 40 years old with a 60-year-old body. Minus $1 for medical bills that are coming later. 10 minus 1, 9. See that number? Vinny thought he was making 25. He is actually making 9. And that is before we talk about the algorithm. Remember Tony from the tariff video? The importer in Long Beach? Tony also worked as a courier 6 years ago. You know why he quit? Not because of the money, because the app deactivated him one morning, with no explanation, with no appeal. His account was tied to his car, his bicycle, his phone, his business insurance. One day, nothing left. And that brings us to the next part. When you do not have a boss, you think you are free. In reality, your boss is the algorithm. And this boss is 10 times worse than any living human. Algorithm rule number 1, dynamic price drops. When demand is low, the app pays less. When there are too many couriers, the app pays less. When 2 couriers are competing for 1 order, the app pays less. The more people who go into courier work, the cheaper they all get paid. It is a mathematical trap for cheap labor. The harder you work, the less you get paid per hour. Algorithm rule number 2, the acceptance score. If you decline 3 orders in a row, the app sends you fewer orders. Just fewer. That means you are required to accept losing orders. $8 for 7 kilometers in the rain to keep your standing in the algorithm. Freedom of choice is an illusion. If you choose, you get punished. Algorithm rule number 3, the customer rating. One customer files a complaint, your rating drops. It does not matter if the complaint is justified. The app does not investigate. The app counts. 3 low ratings in a month, deactivation. No appeal. No human voice on the other end of the line. Algorithm rule number 4, more. And this one is basically a crime. Surge pricing is a lie. When it rains, when the weather is bad, when demand spikes, the customer pays an extra $2 or $3 for delivery. The courier gets 50 cents of that. The platform keeps the rest. So when conditions for the courier are worst, that is exactly when the company makes the most money. Algorithm rule number 5, the big one. You are not an employee. Minimum wage law does not apply to you. Labor code protections do not apply to you. Unions do not apply to you. If the app decides to pay $5 an hour tomorrow, it can. It is not illegal. It is the contract you signed when you ticked the checkbox at registration. And you did tick it without reading it. Remember the video on inflation? How the dollar gets cheaper every single year? An employee at a regular job at least gets a small annual raise to keep up. A courier? No. The app's pay rate has not gone up by 1 cent since 2020. Meanwhile, the grocery basket has gone up 30%. Every year, the courier becomes poorer, even if he makes the same number of deliveries. This is not my opinion. This is the math of inflation. Vinny has been a courier for 3 weeks. Soon it will be 3 years, then 5, then 8. What does Vinny look like in 5 years? Work experience? 0. Where does he go after 8 years of courier work? The hiring manager looks at his resume and does not understand what he is reading. Skills? 0. Vinny did not learn anything. He learned how to tap the accept order button. Credit history? 0. To a bank, an independent contractor with no stable income is not a client. No mortgage, no credit card on reasonable terms. Retirement savings? 0. Nobody is contributing to Vinny's pension fund. If Vinny did not open an individual retirement account himself and put at least $200 a month into it from day one, he will arrive at age 60 with exactly the amount of money he saved on his own. And the cherry on top, his body is already gone. If at 40 he wants to retrain as a construction worker or an electrician or anything that requires standing, his body will not let him. His back has already had the final word. 5 years of courier work equals 5 years of lost development. 8 years equals a lost career. 10 years equals a lost life. Now imagine if Vinny spent those same 5 years at a normal retail chain. Walmart, Starbucks, any average American company. He starts at $15 an hour net. 5 years later, 25. Plus health insurance, plus paid vacation, plus a retirement plan. The company will match up to 6% of his salary into his 401k, plus credit history, plus a real resume. This is not a happy ending. This is the baseline. The baseline Vinny gave up when he chose to be his own boss. So why do people go into courier work and stay? Flexibility. Slogan number 1, I work whenever I want. In reality, to squeeze out $1,000 a week, Vinny works 60 hours. No flexibility, just a long workday with no overtime pay. Dignity. Slogan number 2, I do not work for the man. In reality, you work for the algorithm, which sees you as a number and deletes you with 1 click. The startup romance. I am my own small business. A business is when you own an asset. A bicycle and an app are not assets. They are your work uniform, except you bought it yourself. Courier work is not a job. It is an unpaid, rented internship inside someone else's delivery empire, where you pay for the tools, you pay for the gasoline, you pay for the injuries, you pay the taxes, and you get paid at whatever rate the algorithm sets that morning. If you are doing this as a side hustle for a couple of months, fine. If you are doing it as a career, run the math again. $9 an hour and 0 future. Take off the rose-colored glasses. Subscribe.